Now, the Kansas City Chiefs are looking very scary, and the reason I say that is because they're just looking more powerful than they've ever looked, and it's just that the Chiefs are poised for a very huge year. Now, I understand they have a big weakness ongoing with the defensive line, but if Chris Jones gets re-signed, then I think the defensive line will be right back to normal. But what I want to talk about is the Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver core, how good it's looking. Then we're going to talk about their rushing attack. Then we're going to talk about their linebackers and the secondary, and then we're going to talk about the rookies that they've added. So first, we're going to talk about the wide receiver core. Now, wide receiver core is looking very sharp with Sky Moore running some crisp routes, looking nice. I made a video on him. Justin Ross with the potential to be a very good wide receiver. Richie James, who's coming off a good year with the Giants, who's expected to have a better year with the Chiefs. Then you got Rashee Rice, MVS, Kadarius Toney, who's expected to play week 1. So I have a lot of faith in the Chiefs wide receiver core, and I do believe that they're going to win against the Lions. I do believe they're going to win against the Lions. It's going to be a very fun game to watch, probably a shootout. But I do have the Kansas City Chiefs coming on top and winning by more than 10 points. I can see the wide receiver core having a big game because we know how Mahomes and the Chiefs usually start off week 1. They always come in hot, ready. They always come in with, a lot of power. And when I say power, I just mean like coming in, throwing a bunch of touchdowns, going for a crazy amount of yards. So I can see Mahomes spending the ball out pretty well to all these wide receivers the first game. Travis Kelce's obviously going to get a nice little touchdown with his receiving yards to go with it. We know how Kelce is. And Mahomes is most likely going to get more than 300 yards with 3+ touchdowns. And we know how Mahomes is. Now, the Chiefs' running back room is looking very good. Clyde Edwards-Helaire may not be the best, but he still gets touchdowns. Jerick McKinnon's a red zone machine, very good at receiving. Isaiah Pacheco. I think he's going to go for 1,000 yards this year if he's healthy. Then Derek Prince, that he looks like he's good to make the roster. I like Nico Remigio. I wish we could turn him into a running back. I feel like there's some very good potential right there with him being a running back. Gotta love the offensive line. Creed Humphrey, Trey Smith. I don't know how Creed Humphrey didn't make the top 100 or Thuney. But Joe Thuney, and then you got Donovan Smith, who's looking solid, and Jawan Taylor, who's looking more than solid on the offensive line. And giving Mahomes a very good wide receiver core with a bunch of players to spread the ball out to. That's something that's very good. And then you give him a nice offensive line with the potential to be top 3. That's another good thing for Mahomes, and I want to see what the Chiefs are going to do this season and how they're going to take advantage of all of these players that they have. How are they going to take advantage of it? Are they going to, how are they going to do it? Are they going to go back to the Super Bowl? Are they going to take advantage of all the skills that all these players have? I love Richie James. I think he's going to come up big. I just can't wait to see week 1, but it starts with preseason. I want to at least watch a preseason game to see what player steps up the most so I can make a nice video on them. That's going to be a very nice video, trust. And the scariest part about the Kansas City Chiefs is that they still got Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes, and Andy Reid, but they're adding more weapons and more solid players that could build on to what Mahomes, Kelce, and Reid is building, right? And the reason why I say that is because you got these wide receivers that if you spread the ball out to all of them, you can have a good result. You got these linebackers that's out there hungry and reading the field. You got the D-line with a lot of potential if Chris Jones gets re-signed. You got the secondary that's held their own last season. They're looking very good this season. And you got this very good offensive line, and then you got a hell of a good rushing attack. And we know the Kansas City Chiefs also got a good coaching staff. So all of this is just going to add on together. And I do think the Chiefs is poised for a very huge year, and y'all have to see it. So if you look at the NFL's projections for 2023 stat leaders, they got Patrick Mahomes being projected to lead the league. Now, 4,850 yards is Mahomes' projection. But we all know he's probably going to get over that. And then you have passing touchdowns goes to Patrick Mahomes with 40. Which I believe he could get as well. Travis Kelce receiving touchdowns with 12. So Mahomes and Kelce is still going to lead the pack and do what they have to do. It's honestly true. And Josh Jacobs, I'm hearing the Chiefs are interested in Josh Jacobs. I don't know how true that is. But there's been a lot of rumors that we're actually, for some reason, interested in Josh Jacobs, which wouldn't be bad for the team, but I just don't know. I don't know. But the depth chart officially came out. Justin Ross, not officially, the unofficial depth chart came out. Justin Ross looking like wide receiver 7. But preseason didn't start yet. I think that he could still work his way up. We know preseason is on Sunday. That's right around the corner. So there's going to be some players to watch. Like, obviously, you want to watch Blaine Gabbert because he's a backup quarterback, and we want to see if he could actually be that backup. You want to watch Deneric Prince, definitely. Definitely want to watch Justin Ross. That's like the most highly anticipated player for preseason. He's been the story of Chiefs training camp. He's making one highlight play after another. And he's had an eye-popping highlight on a daily basis. So we definitely want to see what he's going to do in preseason. And he'll have a shot to put the separation and contested catchability back on his play under the preseason lights. So let's see what he could do, man. He has to do good in preseason in order for this team to really take him serious. If he does bad, that's going to be very bad for Justin Ross. But I could see Ross just going out there, showing out, and, doing very well for preseason. Very, very well. I could see him literally just showing out and showing that, okay, I've been waiting for this ish, man. This is what I want. This is what I want. So you just got to really love what the Chiefs are doing. And I didn't speak about the tight ends. Noah Gray, Kels, Matt Bushman. Cause I don't know if 40 is going to make it over Matt Bushman. I said 40, Fortson. Jody Fortson. I don't know if he's going to make it over Matt Bushman. Because a lot of people say that Matt Bushman might really make the roster because he's been showing out in training camp. But it's going to be an exciting year. I love what Justin Reed is doing as well. He's improving. I think this is going to be his career year. And it's a lot to look out for right now if you're a Chiefs fan. And it's also a lot to celebrate because we're just in a very good position where we might go on a real big winning streak for years to come. And, I can't see us having a losing season no time soon. I love Kels. I love the team as a whole. Mahomes is just phenomenal. And that's what I'm saying, man. The scariest part about the Chiefs is Kels, Andy Reid, and Mahomes, but giving them a lot to work with, like with these receivers, these schemable receivers, this very good offensive line, and this defense. Giving them that, it makes it even scarier for the Chiefs. It definitely makes it scarier for the Kansas City Chiefs. And you have to admit that the Chiefs are going to be a very great team for years to come with all these rookies and all these young players. They're just only going to get better and better. I guess you can't pay all of them, but I know the Chiefs are going to try to pay as much as they can. And getting this production on rookie contracts is absolutely insane. But it's been your boy Chiefs Priority, and I'm out, man. Peace.